The story of human history can be compared to a lost and found box in a department store. Things are both lost and found in this box. The world is just like this box. Any kind of garments from different departments, all going into this one box. Some of these items never get claimed. A lot of these items never get claimed and are eventually thrown away, discarded. Being discarded twice, not dying once, but twice, the second death. It happens in this lost and found box, so to speak, where one is led to ask, why does so many bad things happen in this box? Inside of this box, why does God allow good things to happen to bad people? And why does also God allow bad things to happen to good people? Because the box that we're in is both lost and found. The first thing about the box is lost. The whole box is lost, which points me to another story. The birth narrative surrounding Moses. This is a parallel to human history in probably the past 20 to 25 years. The threat of human extinction lining up with things like the year 2000, and then an imminent demise of some sort being predicated by the September 11th attacks in 2001. This was like the lost and found box being adrift at sea. Or his sister, Moses' sister, puts the ark, right? We got the ark again. The ark on the waters. And Moses, he eventually ends up where a lot of people don't want to go, where it goes against a lot of people's traditions, something that a lot of Orthodox religious practitioners would not agree with. But this whole lost and found box that's been floating, been safely placed on the riverbank so that we could avoid the midwives that were coming to kill anything with savior-like quality. We end up right in the face of Pharaoh's daughter, right in the face of the young future of Egypt, the next generation of magic, of craft, spellcraft, of divine sciences. You're better off in Pharaoh's household than where you were out at sea, subject to alligators, crocodiles. You're better off where you are now, and be glad that this box that a lot of us probably didn't think we were in at all is now being opened. Just to let you know, as Pharaoh's daughter, you had things like the Me Too movement, right? You had things like this spring up just to let you know which age we were in. Because once upon a time, movements like this didn't take place. It would just, the men would get together and just make things be what it is. But that has turned. Those tables have turned. A lot of rearranging in the kitchen. A lot of rearranging has happened in the primordial, proverbial kitchen. But this lost and found box, now you have a garment called Moses, which basically represents humanity. The one that is drawn forth from the waters, but even more importantly, the one who is eventually taken out of the box. This is where you want to be. They always talk about thinking outside the box, right? So now we're in a position in human history where we're being lifted up out of the box. But it's not until a household that your mamas and your dads told you about. It's not particularly in a spiritual household that your ancestors, not your ancestors, but some of your grandparents and great grandparents may have never discussed. They may have said you were slaves in such a land. But think about who Moses's people were, who even dropped him there in the first place. Weren't they Hebrews, right? So there was some brewing going on. He brewed a way to get. He was brewing something. As he brews, the midwives were coming to destroy us. As he brews, he comes up with a plan to have us put in an ark sent along the riverbank to be picked up by Pharaoh's daughter as she was bathing, as she was cleaning, as she was going through a cleansing ritual, as she was making herself ready for the day while she was bathing, while she was cleaning. Now, if Pharaoh's daughter was a nasty person, the boat would have, the raft, the box would have went on. And Moses could have very well met his demise. The story doesn't have to be real for you to get the power out of it. It's just symbolism. What if Egypt really didn't know what they were doing at the time? We would be totally lost now, because that's a parallel. All of these things are parables and archetypes. They're just examples. Everything in there is happening all the time. Just have to know how to allocate it and figure out your part in the story. See, we're all Moses. Unless you were already well practiced in Egypt, then you could take a spot as being Pharaoh's daughter, representing the household of Egypt. If you're already coming from the left-hand path, you're kind of like the host in this age. Not the ones that are doing things that are, what would be considered harmful to others. Not that part of left hand, but we're talking about just the philosophy of being unorthodox in your beliefs and approach, understand. What would be called paganism, actually. So that's why you got, your quantum sciences making a big stand. You have a lot of Wiccans coming out. You got the age of crystals and stones and dream catchers and wands and hats and altars all of this stuff can be put out publicly in front of the whole world now. What's that tell you? That Pharaoh's daughter opened the box. She opened the basket of reeds. It's in the basket, in the lost and found basket. In this basket, both lost and found people can be there together. If you're lost, you in this box. If you're found, you're in this box. If you don't know who you are, you were in this box. If you do know who you are, you were in this box. It's a lost and found box where both lost and found people congregate together. Now that box is being opened and all of us are being taken out the box. The baby is beautiful. The baby is beautiful. So humanity, you're beautiful. We are beautiful. No matter how ratchet we act, we're beautiful. Pharaoh's daughters making no discriminations. You're getting lifted up out of the box. Now you will learn the ways of the serpent. Now you will be as wise as serpents, because now this time in human history, you're going to grow up in the serpent's household. Right. These things, these scriptures, it's not so much about giving commands as it is about pointing out patterns that happen. These are not commands for you to do anything, you understand? These are just signposts that are letting you know and helping you to understand what is really happening. So again, it's Super T Sigma with Sigma Programming. Thank you for your time and attention. And over here, reaching is teaching. So continue to vibrate high, people. Peace.